Hey, it's me again. This is gonna be my prompt on the death of Agamemnon, and there's a lot of information in this one, so I'll be reading off my notes I took. So, in Zeus's version, the overall moral is that humans are responsible for their own fate, and he uses the example of I can't pronounce this in my head either. Aegisthus was warned by Hermes not to kill Agamemnon and to not continue seducing Clytemnestra. And so then he disregarded that, and then he was killed by Orestes. And so Zeus's overall moral was that the gods will guide you to do what's best fit, but they will not force you, and everything that you do is up to your own responsibilities. And so his main thing was human responsibility. And then Athena's was kind of, I'm trying to use the right words. I didn't write as much for her as I did for everybody else, but I'll get to that in a second. She motivates Telemachus by using Orestes as an example because she teaches him that courage can bring you fame, and if you do nothing at all, it's kind of dishonorable, because if you just sit there and do nothing, might as well, it's like bully logic. Like, if you sit there and do anything, might as well be the bully yourself. So sitting there and do nothing is shameful, and it's almost like a coming of age, kind of using it as moral wisdom. And so her overall word that I gave her were heroic actions. This is all backwards on the camera. Oh well. And then Nestor, his idea was like patience is a virtue, like think really hard about what you're doing and don't be reckless. Justice takes time and preparation. And his verse was like the longest of all of them and way more complex than Zeus, Athena, or Menelaus. I don't know. And then he talks about how the Greek leaders split after the whole Troy situation, and then how, I still can't pronounce this, Aegisthus plotted for a really long time to do what he did, and then he uses that as advice to become strong, be patient, and then after all of that, then you act with caution and be wise. And that was my main word that I gave him. His was caution. And then Menelaus, his was really emotional because Agamemnon was his brother. And so Agamemnon's murder was seen as dishonorable in his eyes because it was almost, he used this analogy, like an ox being slaughtered in its own stall. And his overall moral was like protection, like always be looking out for what's around you because you could be closer than you think, and like even in your own house. And so his advice is pretty much to say like guard your house and then restore order to everybody. And yeah, his word was loyalty, because loyalty. If you don't in your household, because these guys were like kings, if not everyone's loyal, anyone could just stab you or kill you or whatever. It's not cool of them. And yeah, that's what I did. I hope that, okay, let's make sure that it checks all the boxes. Yeah, that checks all the boxes. Zeus was based on human responsibility. Athena was heroic actions will, do you well. Nestor was be cautious and take time and patience. And Menelaus was guard yourself and your home and keep everyone next to you that is super loyal. Ooh, this is my longest video yet.